Hi there, it's Paul Benedict with the Benedict Group at Keller Williams Realty Las Vegas. It is Monday, June 1st, and I'm here to give you a weekly update on the Las Vegas real estate market and how things are changing rapidly ever since COVID-19 hit and Sisolak ordered the stay-at-home order. So, what's been going on in the market? How is it changing? Is the real estate market taking a crash? Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? Or is it a good time just to hold in pattern and wait to see what happens? Let's talk about some numbers. We have two very important numbers to reveal. Now that we're over 60 days in, we have 2 full months of data. Now check out the sales volume. I'm going to just come right out the gate and say that these are the only two less than stellar numbers that we have. The sales volume number for May and the next stat that we're going to talk about in a moment. So you see the sales volume for April and May have both declined significantly from March. The stay-at-home order was issued mid-March. So the number you see here, these houses went under contract 30 to 45 days prior. April was the first 30-day period after the pandemic started and the stay-at-home order was issued. So rightly so, fewer houses sold because half the workforce in our country was wiped out. Now we have another full 30-day period. We have May's numbers, and yes, the sales volume did drop again. This is not a terrible thing, though. I want you to pay attention to the sales price, which is coming up in just a moment. So the fact that fewer homes sold does not mean the sky is crashing. Let's keep going. There's some more interesting data here. In the past 7 days, 554 houses did sell. So last Monday when I reported to you, there were 453. So these numbers here at the left side of the screen are pre-stay-at-home order, pre-pandemic. And then the sales volume numbers have been dwindling since then because of our workforce, the unemployment numbers. However, notice May 11, 18, 25, and June 1st, more houses every week have sold in the Las Vegas area. Good information, good stats. This is also a good statistic. The number of properties that are actually under contract with a buyer steadily increasing since the beginning of May. Every 7-day period, we've had an increase of properties going under contract. That means buyers are out there making offers to sellers. Sellers are accepting them, and more transactions are starting and happening in our market. Another good number. Good sign. Inventory. Okay, the fact that the inventory is rising is also a good thing because there was thought to be a shortage of properties for sale when the pandemic hit. We thought that sellers were going to tighten up, take their houses off the market, and just hold, but that has not been the case. Initially, it did happen, and then in April and May, more people were listing, so there's additional inventory for sale. That does translate into a slightly higher absorption rate. So when we look at the absorption rate, this is the other number that's slightly concerning. So we have two stats that are concerning: the number of houses that sold and the absorption rate. So this number, the absorption rate, plays directly into the number of houses that sold. And since that number went way down, the number of months that it takes to sell every house available has gone up significantly. So again, the stay-at-home order was issued mid-March. In April, the absorption rate went up a little bit. And now in May, since we had fewer houses sell in May, we're almost at a 4-month supply of houses. That's still considered a seller's market. If we eclipse the 4-month mark and move our way into 4.5, 5, 6 months, that's going to be strong buyer's market territory. And then it's going to be very opportune for investors to come back and lots of buyers to start making moves. So there are a few more things to discuss here. Sales price, my favorite statistic. This is good stuff. So despite the 2 pieces of data that were less than rosy, this stat is a good statistic again. So the median sales price of a detached house in Las Vegas, $317,000 as of the end of May. That's a strong number. So April's number was 310. We shot up a little bit in May to 317. That means buyers are willing to pay what the sellers are asking. Prices have not taken a dip. Sales price based on the past 7 days sales is also up. So the past 7 days from today, the properties that have closed represent a $325,000 median price, and that's detached houses only, up last week from 310. In terms of cash buyers, how many people are paying all cash for properties? Well, last month in April, that number was 13%. In May, 15%. So more cash buyers are active. And my estimate is that half of these cash buyers are investors and half of them are owner occupants. So with all that being said, the market has not crashed. Sales volume is down. Prices are up. Buyers and sellers are negotiating and they're buying. Incidentally, another stat that I don't have a graph for is the sales price to list price ratio, and that's hovering at about 97.9%. So sellers are accepting. They're not having to reduce their prices very much, and buyers are willing to pay what sellers are asking. So the market is good. As always, ask me if I can do comps, comparable sales for your neighborhood. Ask me any specific questions you have. I'd love to do the stats and understand what your house's value might be. So if you're considering putting your house on the market or buying a place, let me assist. Let me put my 16 years of experience to work for you. Paul Benedict with Keller Williams Realty on Sahara and Fort Apache, the Benedict Group, signing off. See you next week.